Namaste. I hope all of you are enjoying this course and having a great time, especially great learning. So today we will talk about individual versus couple approach, right? Basically having a common goal. In this case, what is our common goal? To have a baby, right? And to have a baby, we need both husband and wife. Planned, they should have the same thought process, right? If one is putting a lot of effort and the other person is not putting the effort, it's very disappointing, frustrating, right? At the end of the day. How can we avoid that? How can we have an open communication, which is extremely important, right? So this is what we will be focusing on today's topic. Individual versus couple approach for the common goal. So being parenthood journey, right? First, let's understand, why do you want to have a baby? Do you have a clarity? Or only wife wants or only husband wants, but the other person does not want? Then it will be a very, very difficult journey. Whatever the case may be, you both need to have an open communication and discuss, why you want to have a baby and when do you want to have a baby. Of course, the earlier is better because that is what we have been seeing. But whatever is the time right now, and in whatever the stages of your life now, it's okay. As long as you both mutually agree that yes, you would like to have a baby and this is the time. Because you need definitely certain preparation time before you go for a conceiving journey. So understand why you want to have a baby. What is the purpose? I'm talking about not just why, I'm talking a bigger why. What is the purpose of that baby when that baby comes in your life, right? What you want to do. And how do you visualize yourself when the baby comes? Do you see yourself as a more challenging situation? Or do you see yourself more as enjoying that experience of being in the beginning stage of your parenthood? It could be mixed feeling, right? It comes with a certain responsibility. But I also see a lot of parents, they're so in the blissful state during that phase, including me. I definitely enjoyed that. I'm still enjoying. When I see, they do small little things, right? And they're innocent. It really makes us actually happy. Those simple things, small things in our life makes us gives us a lot of happiness. So you visualize yourself, right? Whatever could be your driver, whatever could be you're imagining or you're predicting, this is what it will be. It could be from your emotional perspective, it could be from your time management perspective, it could be from your career profession perspective, or it could be a financial perspective. And other thing could be your support, right? When we in India especially, we get a lot of support in easier way. Whereas in US and other countries, when you have to do quite a lot of things yourself, there could be a certain challenge that comes along with it. So how are you preparing yourself? That's why preparation time is extremely key. And then imagining the life after the baby is born, right? You have to plan. Fertility. Let's take a step back, right? Of course, it's a medical phenomenon. It is a physical phenomenon. It could be an emotional phenomenon. But right now, let's think from the spiritual perspective. It is nothing but a creation. A new life is getting created, right? Out of you. Right? When a new life is created, you need a lot of creative energy. Lot of creative energy. But right now, what happens? Either we do not eat right, so a lot of energy goes wasted in terms of digestion process, or we are in a very stressful situation, the energy gets wasted because how? It goes, the cortisol hormone, once it gets released, either our body goes to fight or flight conditions, right? So the body responds, this is an emergency. So keeps everything on hold and just focuses, just addresses the stress issue. So your energy gets drained out. You actually do not have much energy for the conception to happen, for a new baby to form, for that new creation to happen, right? The new creation of this new life. So you need a lot of energy. So you have to be prepared, keep yourself relaxed, and follow certain physical, emotional, and spiritual practices which will help you to prepare yourself, right? And save a lot of energy for that creation to happen. So I will guide you how you can do certain aspects, but as of now, keep that in the mind that you need a lot of energy for that creation to happen. And how to save your energy for that new life. And this is also another spiritual aspect, what you can say is it's a co-creation with the divine, right? With the universe. You definitely, your husband and wife are creating that baby, right? The sperm and gets fertilized, etc., all that happens. But we all say, no, जब तक divine blessings नहीं है, it will not happen, right? We will have lot of things that saying, especially in the Indian language. When there is a blessing, that is how the baby will have come to in your life. So when we are co-creating with divine, let us make a peace with the divine, right? Let us acknowledge and accept there is a bigger force that's actually driving to make it happen. Okay, and then how can we actually make it work? By leveraging the divine energy. And then having a blessings, not only from the universe, but also your near and dear ones, so that you have a good flow of energy around you all the time. It's definitely an opportunity for all of us, right, to participate in the cycle of life. Of course, it is our personal choice whether we want to go for it or not. But the way I see, when you have joined this course, it is definitely because you are looking forward to this life. And I congratulate you for taking that opportunity, even if it's challenging, right? It might not be an easy path, but still, it is a great opportunity for all of us to participate in the cycle of life. Of course, as I said, it is a personal choice. But once you go through this, one of the best learning that I had in my life is during my motherhood journey. I evolved much more as a human being than ever before. I learned a lot of management lessons while I was actually nurturing my baby than anything else, even if I have attended multiple courses on the management and leadership. And I have evolved as a spiritually a much better human being. And the learning curve was much steeper during my motherhood journey. So it's a great opportunity for all of us to evolve as a new human being or better human being compared to our own self. Always visualize, through these phases. Parenthood, when we're preparing, right? When there is an outcome, okay, outcome that could be in baby. That is, of course, a tangible aspect, right? We all are looking forward to it, for sure. But make sure, you are also enjoying the subtle effect, the subtle transformation that you go through, especially those intangible ones, the emotional thoughts, the emotional feelings, the spiritual transformation, as I was mentioning just before, right? I found out those intangible benefits, those intangible feelings, those phases of thoughts, the way we will reflect about life, about everything else is altogether a very different level. And what I have realized, I have matured much better during those phases of my life. I understood things much better during these phases of my life. So let's just embrace the moment of having a tangible aspects of parenthood, having a baby in our hand. And at the same time, let us just, expect and aspire for those intangible effects of being a positively emotional happy, right? Those emotional moments, those spiritual transformations that we undergo, which is basically core to any human beings compared to the animals and other living animals, other living beings, right? And of course, when the baby is coming, we have to create a space in our life and in our heart. It's a big, it comes with a lot of responsibilities. Those sleepless nights and all that many people have heard. Thankfully, I did not have to experience myself. It has been a much smoother journey, but I have been also programming my mind, writing affirmations, visualizing, making certain things want and get done in certain way. That has definitely eased my life. But just be prepared for all this. This is extremely, extremely important. Again, I'm just emphasizing because you would realize that you need a lot of emotional resilience during this journey. Planning for parenthood, right? It's a much deeper connections to yourself, with your partner, and with your world around you, the universe that we are living in, right? It is not that, okay, today I did this, the outcome is like that. It does not happen. And for various reasons, because lot of things are interconnected. Whether we would say that, no, I'm interconnected with my family or place where I work. And beyond that, there is a limited interaction. That is not the true, right? When we look the world as a whole, right, as a singularity concept, there's much more deeper connections. Let us not go. Let me not go in that direction. But what you definitely need is a much deeper connection with yourself and with your partner. And you have whatever the relationship status that you have right now, it definitely needs further strengthening because there could be a lot of emotional ups and downs. So the emotional bonding has to be stronger. Also, visualize, right? What kind of parent you want to be, right? We all already plan, oh, I want my baby to be singer, this, that, right? A genius, a great musician, or a great player, etc., 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 whatever that could be on a professional aspect. But what kind of values that you want to give to your child, right? Because that child is watching you from the day one before it is born. So you make sure that you first follow, because 80% of baby's brain gets developed when the baby is in mother's womb. So when 80% of the brain is getting developed, are we paying 80% of the attention during that time? Or do we pay attention after the baby is born, right? So look at 9 months, 80% of the time. Post 9 months, 20% of the brain development happens. So where should be your focus before the baby is born? There's a beautiful study by Harvard research group. It's a wonderful study, and it also talks about what should be your expense, right? When your 80% of the development happens. So your investment should be in this stage or post that stage, right? After the baby is born. So that is another level of discussion, but just make sure that you plan how you would like to be a mother, how you would like to be a father as a father, right? So you bring those habits first in yourself, right? I remember one of the day, I was just feeling very emotional. I do not know why. And I wrote a poem. First of all, I'm not a poetic person, but somehow I started writing something. And what I wrote, the final outcome is whether anybody is watching on you or not, you want to be the best version of yourself, especially when you're pregnant, right? During that conception journey. Whether anybody is telling you or anything or not, you want to do your best. Whether anybody is telling you how to eat or not, you want to, especially wish to eat the healthy food. So when during these 9 months, even the universe is conspiring for your best version of yourself, because we are getting ready for the new soul. We are welcoming a new soul in our life. So then when the new soul is choosing you, are you ready for that? Or you are just saying that I want a baby, right? You should be ready. You prepare yourself, and definitely the soul will choose you if you are ready for that. One aspect, individual versus couple approach. When only one of the couple is trying, right? Either husband or wife, there is a lot of challenges that I see, especially during my personal consultations. There is not either mutual support, there is no deep bond and trust between them for whatever the reason. There's a lot of stress. There's a lot of stress that happens. Okay. And in this kind of a situation, do you think your chances of conception will be high? It will be significantly low. You must make sure that there is always a couple approach, there is a team approach, right? Team means what? Together, everyone achieves more. So together, both of you will achieve more, and chances of conception will be much, much higher in this case. So if there is anything, you have an open communication. Definitely there will be ups and downs in the journey. Make sure that you come closer. And in fact, during this stage, your interaction, your communication, and your relationship as a couple, as a husband-wife, right, will be actually could be, there is a possibility will be much stronger. So you make sure you leverage this moment. You should have definitely a support. When you're trying, when something does not work out, there will be, it's a natural tendency. We will be in stressful situation. There will be an anxiety. But being rather than one person in one corner, the other person in another corner, it's better to make sure, right, together, okay, this time did not work out. Let's try to make sure that next time we will give ourselves this many months of our time and we will try one more time. And after that, right, have a positive outlook. Being more than anything, have an emotional support for each other, right? Rather than having a blame game. So communication is the key. And we have to be kind and compassionate with each other while addressing this issue. Because they're very subtle and very delicate. Let's make sure that we address that issue with an open mind, with a kind and compassionate thought process. We definitely need mutual support. Fertility, right? It's why we need a team approach, right? Why both the person need to be there on the same plane, because the fertility itself is a very complex. It involves definitely biological aspects of our body, your physical aspects, your emotional aspect, your psychological aspects, right? Without, your entire body, mind, soul has to be in harmony for that new life to come. When such a complex thing happens in your body, you must make sure that, right, you are together as a team and you are addressing those complexities slowly and steadily rather than expecting in positive results overnight. That is definitely going to happen. That is not going to happen. So be prepared for it. Partner involvement. This is slide something is very close to my thought process, right? Only in this case, husband and wife, right, is the picture. When only wife not trying, only husband's trying. You will still remain as one person. And when, as a husband, right, when only wife is trying, but the husband is not trying, that is why I say it's 0. That means you will still remain as you were before. Do you think this scenario is will give a best success rate in terms of planning for conception? Definitely no. So here, let's say both husband and wife are giving equal possibility for conception, right? They are trying their best in their own way. The success rate will be definitely 1 plus 1 in this case will be more than 2. Your chances of conceiving will be much, much higher. More than anything, your positive attitude, your low stress level, your emotional support for each other, that will always help you. That's why team, that means it's a team approach, right? Together everyone achieves more. And by doing this approach, you will actually reduce your preparation time. Rather than trying 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, how can you actually collectively work 6 months with full focus, with full determination, with a lot of interest, and then make it happen? Which path would you like? 2, 3 years or 6 months of fully focus? Choice is yours. Being in 0 state, in spiritual language and many ways, we call the baby comes from 0 world. You need to be completely empty. There is not a completely darkness. Not so much of thoughts, scattered thoughts, right? When there's a complete darkness, that is when creation happens. So we call it a zero state. Your mind has to be grounded, relaxed, ready for it, and with a lot of positive mind state, right? The zero state is a big topic by itself, but just keep one thing in mind: you are grounded, and you are not having much scattered thought. You are relaxed state, and when you are completely in dark state, blacks, blocks. That means there is nothing, or you don't see anything. That is when new creation will happen. So one thing to keep in the mind, right? You might be in the stressful state to start with, considering your current situation, but make sure you work towards a hopefulness, right? With a positive attitude, with a positive mindset. And definitely that will lead you to a happiness, right? Your happier state. There is definitely will be a possibility. Your chances of your success rate will be much higher. So always make sure, rather than moving from stress to much more stressful, you definitely make sure that you slowly and steadily go from stress to be hopeful and then create a happiness. It will happen for sure. Okay. There are 4 elements at this stage what we need to focus to improve and increase the conception rate. It's good planning. I will help you with that. You definitely need your consistency. You need to be consistent. You need to have a strong determination power, and eventually doing with the happiness, right? Not being stressful. Oh, I have to do this, I have to do. If you cannot do, leave it for that day. One day here and there does not matter, but your mind state, your mental state, your increased happiness index will make it the situation, from here to here. It will definitely help. So being happy is joyful is much more important rather than being stressful and doing too many things. So therefore, these 4 elements are key. We will keep revisiting again and again. So in summary, we will definitely go with a couple approach, being emotionally supportive to each other, having an open communications, right? And while you are planning, you are doing an activity, make sure you are happy and joyful. So what is your homework for this session? Have a clarity why you want to have a baby. You definitely make sure at least you spend 10 minutes to discuss on this point. And visualize yourself, how your life is now, how the life will be after. And prepare a vision board. I have prepared my vision board before the baby was born. Definitely that helped to achieve my goal. Preparing a vision board, if you have any questions, we will discuss in our personal consultation call. Okay? So vision board is nothing but whatever you want to have a baby, right? You visualize that and keep it in a paper, right? In a hard copy, not just somewhere on your system. In a hard copy so that you can see while going, while coming, in a day multiple times. It's in front of you times. Sometimes what we say, out of sight is out of mind, right? We do not want. We want to see so that it's in our mind every time. It reminds us. It gets into subconscious mind. Definitely helps to reach your goal faster. So preparing a vision board is key, important. Okay. So with that, I'm going to close. Make sure preparation time is important. You give yourself 3 to 6 months, and during that time, be stress-free. Okay. Be stress-free. And when you're stress-free, at that time what happens? People automatically conceive easily. Very easily, because the stress is significantly reduced. So I wish you very best. I wish you the best of your health and best in your life. This is Lakshmi, your wellness friend from Andamans. Thank you.